Daredevil Cold Day in Hell is one of my favorite comics I've read recently. We open following an older Matt Murdock who doesn't have his powers anymore, and the story takes place after a great war. He goes and visits a grave where he tells them about a recent encounter he had with Jessica Jones, and Jessica asked Matt if he had any regrets, and he told her no because it's all part of God's plan. And as a Christian, it feels like faith, especially Christianity, isn't really explored in comic books. Like, yeah, Matt Murdock is a Christian character, but they don't really go into it. Like, yes, he has, what's that thing called? His flipping guilt thing. But they don't actually go into it. And I just thought that it was a really interesting motif for the book. But anyway, the grave was Kingpin's. And Matt heads back home where we see the state that New York is in. And he gets off the ferry where he's approached by a homeless man who asks for some change. And of course, Matt flexes some racks on him, so he gets pushed down some stairs. And Matt tries to flip and style it out, but it does not work. And he's followed by that lad and his friends. And Matt even tries now to show a helping hand and offer them a place to stay at his shelter where they'll get free food, a flipping bed, but they just run off with his money and his cane. They do throw it back and Matt tries to catch it. It doesn't work. But yes, Matt owns a shelter called Battling Jacks, and he goes to take out the trash when he notices a bunch of people sprinting out of the subway station, which suddenly explodes as green gas starts spreading around the area, which reactivates Matt's powers, me in the club by the way, and he's overstimulated, but a vision of Stick centers him as Matt comes to his senses and helps some civilians. Matt goes to investigate the explosion where he hears a familiar heartbeat belonging to Captain America. He was protecting a girl who he tells Matt to take, as apparently whoever did this explosion was looking for her. And Matt gracefully takes this girl outside of the station, but he can still hear Cap's faint heartbeat. So he tries to go back and save him, but he's too late. We see the perps celebrating, so they're confronted by Matt, and they spray him, but he is dancing around that fire. And the goons try to make a break for it, but they're followed by Matt on the rooftops. But just before he can jump and swing, he realizes this ain't the old days anymore. He doesn't have his billy club, so he has to let them get away. And the goons deliver the shield to their boss, who is Bullseye, who doesn't look so hot, but he's happy to have Captain America's shield, who he presents to Frank Castle, who looks even worse. Meanwhile, Daredevil is officially back, giving a second chance in life.